Sorry guys, the tape was a little dirty here, so I'm just gonna do a voiceover until it clears up. Hi everyone, it's now time to finish my story on how I got into cubing. So, since I had some pretty exciting videos that I wanted to show you, I went ahead and postponed this one. And I've rehearsed this a couple of times, and it seemed to have turned out long, so this will probably be 2 more parts. And there's probably just a slight chance that'll be 3, but I sure hope not. But anyway, I left off where I was learning how to solve my 4x4, which is now in pieces. But I got to the part where I was about to solve it just like a 3x3 cube. And the tutorial I was following said to check out a different 3x3 tutorial. So I did that, followed through it, with literally flying colors. Well, maybe not flying, but yeah, I got through it. And in that tutorial, I finally figured out how to orient the corners, something that I couldn't do when I had it mixed up as a 2x2 and using Gringotth's tutorials. So I just found out that you needed to rotate the top layer for each corner that you rotate. So instead of rotating the top layer, I rotated the entire cube. And I went back to Gringotth's video, and sure enough, he did say you are supposed to rotate the top layer. But he was in the same camera view like I am right now, so he was teaching how to solve a 2x2 from this view. So a lot of the times, he had the 2x2 off screen, so it was very hard to understand. So I was very excited to finally figure out how to orient those corners. And I ended up with a solved 4x4. I'll just use my Ishin to illustrate. So that made me very excited, but then I tried it again later, and then I noticed a problem. And as you probably have all guessed, it was the parity error. So yes, so I checked back, but if I can remember correct, the tutorial didn't really explain how to fix parity, so I looked it up online, you know, algorithms for like the 4x4, and I found on one website this incredibly long algorithm. It was ridiculous. It was probably like 30 or 40 moves. Seriously, it was long, and it probably did some other stuff. So yeah, it was pathetic. So I looked up a tutorial, another tutorial on YouTube on how to solve a 4x4, and that one gave me 2 reasonable algorithms. They were still long, but at least I could memorize them now. So I memorized them later, and I was able to solve a 4x4. And recently, we had just gotten this video camera that you're currently viewing through right now for a Christmas present. It was the same Christmas that I videotaped when I first opened my 4x4 in the last video. So I started taking family videos, and I now edit them and display them on the wall for my family, and we watch them. And that's what I work on in my spare time when I'm not working on YouTube videos or cubing. So those are currently my main hobbies at the moment. So with the knowledge I had with the video camera and the video editing that I started learning to do, I decided to make this cute little video of me taking apart the 4x4 from a mixed up position and then reassembling it in the solved position. And then I said in the caption, solving the Rubik's Cube the wrong way. And then I solved it correctly, you know, normally. And then I said, solving the Rubik's Cube the right way. And then I did it all in time-lapse to Flight of the Bumblebee music. And I look back at it, and it's a really pathetic video, and it's the same video I talked about in my video contest. It was the bonus question. So, one guy even accused me of reversing the clips, just mixing it up and playing it backwards. And then I decided, well, maybe I should upload it to YouTube, you know, where these tutorials that I've seen on YouTube, maybe I could, you know, add to it. Since there's some videos being made, I could contribute to it. So I went ahead, on January 26th, I created a YouTube account. I think it's January 26th, I'm not sure. So I created it and then uploaded it. So I uploaded my first video and then I shared it with my family and friends, and it did pretty well. It got 100 views! I thought that was pretty cool. But later I decided to make a better video, like after I learned after I got better at the 4x4, I decided to make a better video, so I re-uploaded it. This time, I solved it in 8 minutes, and before, it took me around 20. You know, even though it was all in time-lapse, it still turned out to be pretty long. So I was getting into the 4x4, and I decided to go ahead and get a 3x3 and a 2x2. So I went to a local toy store here in Great Falls called Amazing Toys, and they had a 2x2 ice cube, which is indisposed at the moment. It broke, and a lot of the pieces have been lost from it. And then I got, and then I got a 3x3, which is currently made into this fused cube, which I will be shipping out very soon. And I was able to solve them very quickly, as you can imagine. So after I got my 2x2 and 3x3, I wanted to get the 5x5, the Rubik's 5x5. So, and that's currently also in pieces. So, it was a lot of money at Amazing Toys, $30, and if only I did some internet research and found an Ishin. She can get so much cheaper and better quality, too. But anyway, so I got it, and I had fun with these cubes. Okay, sorry, I have to butt in here and say that this is the end of the video, because time is getting a little too long, and I have to continue this next week, just as I predicted. So, until next week.